All right, welcome in. Tonight we are doing a special recording of the blog. It is August 26th, and we are going to be exploring Sonoma County's night skies and nocturnal gardens. So we are embracing the night. I want to just take a moment at the beginning of this podcast blog and set the scene for you, okay? So I want you to imagine walking out into your backyard just as the sun dips below the horizon. So that beautiful twilight where it's starting to get dark, the air is starting to cool off, and you're starting to see the first stars in the sky. So the night is transforming your familiar outdoor space into this magical realm where sights, sounds, and smells await. If you're lucky enough, you probably already have some outdoor lighting, and it's softly glowing so your garden feels warm and cozy. We're going to take a big blanket out with us, and we're going to go to our favorite outdoor sofa or outdoor lounger, maybe even just a camping chair. We're going to take our big warm blanket out into the backyard, maybe with a thermos of tea or hot cocoa, and we're going to sit down. We're going to wrap ourselves up, get all nice and warm. And then we're going to turn off the lights, okay? Now, this is the moment where you turn off the light and you can't really see much of anything around you. So you're hyper aware of the sounds. And you can hear those crickets. And if you're like me and you have neighbors, you hear your neighbors winding down at the end of the day. If you're out in the countryside, you might hear an owl or some frogs, maybe a coyote. You never know, right? So you hear, that's the first thing. You might hear a leaf cracking. Just while I was recording this, I heard some rustling behind me. I turned on the flashlight. Something went up the fence. It didn't want to be near me, but that moment of something's behind me and I can't see it. So you hear, you're tuned in, and you really start to focus outside. And then you're going to smell that night smell. So depending on the time of the year, which we're in late summer, there's that sweet smell of hay, depending on if you're out in the countryside, maybe ripe grapes. We're headed into harvest, maybe fresh mowed grass. So you're going to really smell your garden. You're going to smell that outdoor scent, right? And then your eyes are going to start adjusting. So now that you've been sitting in the dark for a while, shapes are going to take form. So you're going to see trees, but you're seeing everything sort of in a gray scale. You're seeing textures and shapes and the sky. And you're going to look up and see those beautiful stars start to come out. And you're going to see one and then two. And as it gets darker and darker, you're going to see even more. And it's amazing. It's amazing just to look up at the night sky and realize how long that light has been traveling from those other stars to us, and the timeless nature of humans looking up at the stars, And you're probably going to see some Starlink satellites buzzing around because they're up there, and maybe wave at the International Space Station and those poor astronauts that are stuck up there. So let's come back down to Earth here, and let's talk about some places that if you want to adventure out to see the night sky outside of your own backyard or outside of your own, comfort of your own home, where you can go Then we're also going to talk about designing your garden for nighttime. So what sort of things you can do both to design it so that you can spend more time in it at night, and some little treats that you can only get at night. So there are certain things that only bloom at night, certain experiences you'll only have at night in your garden. So we're going to talk about that, and then along the way I'll be sharing some funny stories about being outdoors in nature in the dark at night in my own backyard, and we'll just sort of dive into the nighttime garden. This is definitely one of those very, very different experiences. I feel like a lot of times we talk about the garden, we talk about the landscape, we talk about, going hiking and out into nature, and it's all during the day. And there's a whole range of experiences you don't have until the sun goes down. So